Okay, I think I hear some background noise. Right, so in our previous session we have looked at some of the element locators, that is by ID, right, by name and by class name, and we have also located the element by using the linked text, and I have given the assignment for partial linked text. So partial linked text, you are able to achieve that, or you are able to run that code by using some partial linked text. You guys have tried that or not?
I will try it and I will upload after the session.
Okay. So please, what is my suggestion is, at least you practice on a day-to-day basis so that you will not miss out anything. If you don't practice on day-to-day basis, right, you will definitely miss something. Okay, so I don't want that to happen. Please practice the things on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so because you will get many commands which you have to sometimes remember while giving the interviews and other things. So I always want you guys to practice on a day-to-day basis so that we will not miss out on any concepts. Okay, so we have used a web element. So let me go to web element. So I'm just taking the reference of this, so that I will be able to show you guys what all methods are there and other things, right? So in web element, the by class, and in by class I have class name, right? We have covered ID, link text, name, partial link text, okay, tag name. So this is also one of the very important, you know, way of finding the element. So this is for tag name. So we will use this tag name along with to identify multiple elements. That is driver dot find elements. Okay, find all elements with the current context using the given mechanism. So this is one way of doing that. Okay, so the scenario would be, if I go to google.com, right, if I go to google.com and if I want to capture all the links which are available in the page. Okay, what do you mean by a link? A link will be having the HTML tag as a, that is anchor tag. Okay, so if I want to capture all the links, there might be a scenario where you need to go to a particular page. If you consider the example of the directory listing websites, you need to check whether each and every link will be working or not. Okay, for that what we have to do, first we have to, the scenario is, first we have to get all the links in that page, and then we need to keep testing each and every link to uh, check whether that is working, or that is working as per the requirement or not. Okay, so that can be a scenario. So first we will see how to get all the links, and we will try to display the links first. Okay, so for that what we will do, we will not use find element, because find element is used to find a single element. But if I want to find all the elements on a page, or all the elements of particular context on a page, I need to use find elements. Okay, it is used to find many elements. So let me create one class, find elements class. Okay, or get links. Excuse me, get all links, that is my class. Then I will be having public static void main string arguments. Okay, so web driver is equal to new Firefox driver, right? So let me import everything. So if you want to import everything, okay, so if I want to import WebDriver as well as Firefox driver, you just do Control Shift O. Control Shift, you hold Control key and you hold Shift key and press on O, that key. So it will import whichever which it has to be imported, or all the packages it is going to import. Control Shift O. You can observe here it is importing all the packages and all the classes. Okay, so I have to use my system.set property. So I will use that here. I'm sorry, let me put it here. It has to be there, right? So driver dot get google.com. So we will go to google.com and we will get all the links which are available. So how will I get that? To get that, I have to write driver dot find elements. Okay, find elements, right, by dot tag name. Okay, so this tag name is nothing but HTML tag name. It is not only about the links. If you want to get all the divs, what all div elements are there, or if you want to get all the scripts, you can do anything. If you want to get all the elements with the tag name as text area, or if you want to get all the elements with tag name as body, or if you want to get all the elements with tag name as HTML, you can give any tag name. So in our scenario, I'm just considering the anchor tags. That's why I am giving by tag name dot tag tag name, and what is the tag? It is A. Okay, so if it is div or if it is span, then you need to give this span. If it is center, then you need to give center. These are the HTML tags, right? So we have to provide those values, and it will get, or it will return all the elements in that particular page with tag name EA. And where we have to store this, it is returning a list of elements. You can see here, find elements, find many elements. If I go to this, a list of web elements matching the selector. It is returning a list of web elements matching the selector, that I have to store it in list. So now here we are getting the concept of array list here. Okay, array list with type web element. I will be storing that inside that particular object of this list. I have to store. So what I will do, I will write list, and then, because it is returning web element, list of web elements, that's why I am storing like this, list of web elements. If it is returning list of strings, then you need to give string. Okay, so it depends what this method is returning, that particular element reference you need to give, right? So java.util.list, if it is having the ambiguity between the two classes which it has to import, it will ask you to do that, select the respective one. So in AWT class also we have list, that is not required for us. So we need list interface from the java.util class, that is our collections. So I will select that, right? So I have to create an object. So it is list 1, right? So I need to create the reference variable of that. So now I have got all the elements with anchor tag or with the tag name A inside this list. Now what we have to do, we have to iterate through this list, and we have to get the all the elements text. We have to get this text. Whatever anchor tags are there, we have to get the text. Okay, so how will you get the text? For that, either you can use iterator, or you can use for loop, or you can use for each loop. So if you want to use for loop, then list one dot, you have right size. This will give me the size of the entire list. Then you use for int I is equal to 0, I is less than size I plus plus, and then you iterate through that list. Otherwise, I can use for each web element, right? For each web element, because this list contains web element. So whatever in for each loop I am storing, that should be a web element. E list 1. Okay, so how will you get this particular text? To get the text, I need to use e dot, okay, e dot get text. This is the method. So what is the get text method? It is the method of web element. So let us go and check inside our web element what get text will return. You can see here, get the visible text. Okay, get the visible, that is not hidden by CSS, inner text of the element. What is the inner text of the element? If you have any element, like for example A, and then this is test, and then A is closing here, this is the inner text of any web element. So if you want to get the inner text of any web element, you need to use get text. Okay, so let me run this, and then let us see whether it will display all these. Okay, what I will do, I will display this. Okay, I will display all the text which are available in that particular elements. So what happens, you know about for each loop, right? Every time the iteration happens, every item will be listed in that. Okay, every item will be added to that particular E, and then you will be getting, or you will be working on that particular element here. So that is the for each loop, right? For each element, for each type of web element of list. Okay, so for first iteration, list one's first item will be added to this particular web element, and then it will go there and it will work perform the operation on that, right? So let me run this, and let us see whether it will give me all the text in that particular web element or not. So it's okay, I'm sorry, it is taking HTTPS. Why it is taking? Okay, I'm sorry, it is not HTTPS, it is HTTP, right? So okay, it is taking HTTPS. So let us consider google.com. Okay, so I'm sorry, there is some syntax mistake. You need to have HTTP like this. So let us run this again. Let me stop this, and then every time you run, you try to stop it and then run this. So it's opening the browser, it's going to google.com, and then it will get all the links in that particular page. Okay, so the loading of the links has been completed, right? So you can see here, all these are links. Screen reader users, click on the turn off Google instance, Gmail, images. Okay, so where is Gmail? Gmail, images, right? Come here often. Okay, this is not a link, so that it will not capture. And then all these values are showing with question marks, because it is not able to convert to that particular language. So that's why it is showing in the question mark. But You can see here use google.com settings, terms and privacy. Terms, settings, privacy, everything is displayed here. You can learn how at women will. Okay, so advertising, business, about, so everything will be there. You can see here advertising, business, about, right? So like this you should perform, or you should get all the links in a page, or all the elements of a page with the tag name, and you need to iterate through that. Okay, so this is the iteration through the element using for each loop. Okay, so in iterator, using iterator, we have to iterate through each and every element. For that, what I have to do, iterator it is equal to, what is the syntax, what should I do here? Can you guys explain me what should I do here? Iterator, I have this list, what should I do on this particular list?
Can you please come again?
Yeah, see, I have passed through the entire list using for each loop. Now I want to, I don't want to use for each. If I want to use iterator on this particular list, what should I do? What is the syntax for iterator? We have covered that in collections, right?
Yeah.
So what is the syntax?
I didn't.
You have to practice. How about Shashi? Shashi, how will we proceed the same iteration if I want to, display the same output using iterator? So how will we proceed here? Shashi, are you there? Okay, so I think Shashi has some technical issues. So what we need to do, we need to perform iterator on this particular list, that is list.iterator. This is the syntax, right? So java.util.iterator should be imported. Now I will check for the next element while it dot has next. Okay, if the next element is present, then what I will do, I have to display like this, means I have to get the text. To get the inner text, this is the method. Okay, or if you want to get some other values, if you want to get some other values out of it, like the href. Okay, these are the attributes of each and every element, right? These are the attributes of each and every element. If you want to get only this value, the value of href, okay, so what I have to do, it dot, I have a method. Okay, so before that, you can see here what I am doing here is, so this list is having a web element, and I am storing that each and every element inside a web element. Similarly, you can see here on iterator, this list1 dot iterator is of type, or it is returning web element. Okay, this method is returning returns an iterator over the elements in the list in proper sequence. Okay, so since this is returning a web element, this cannot be a raw reference type. Okay, so I have to specify that particular reference type. If it is web element, I have to specify that as web element. So this it object will be having web elements. So once it has web element, right, so it dot, I have a method, not getting that, I should get attribute. Okay, okay, I'm sorry. So while it dot has next, okay, it will be initially pointing to -1 location. That's why if I do it dot get text or something, it is not coming. I should move to next element, that is the iterator. It dot next dot, you can see here, get text is there, okay, get tag name is there, get size is there, right? So get location, it gives the location. We'll see one by one. Now what I want to do is I want to get the attribute of that particular element. What is the attribute I want to get? I want to get the attribute href. Okay, so if it has any other attributes, you can get that particular attribute, right? So href, I am getting that particular attribute, and I will display that particular attribute. And let me see if href is returning something. If it is okay, it's not returning anything. You don't have to go for that. It is returning a string. So this get attribute, okay, I am passing a string here. So it is returning a string. You can see here it is returning a string, right? So that is the get attribute method. So we will look at get attribute method here, right? In the web element, there is the get attribute, get the value of the given attribute of the element. If I go here, you can see get attribute, and it returns the attribute or property's current value or null if the value is not set. If the value is not there, it will return the null, otherwise it will return a string. Okay, what are these attributes? It can be id, it can be name, or you can say inside this, right, inside this anchor tag, I can have id, I can have name, I can have class, right, I can have href, anything, right? So all these are attributes. So if I want to check or verify the values of these particular attributes, I will be passing that inside the method get attribute. And since it is returning a string, I am displaying that here. Okay, so for the time being I will, okay, let us run both. So first it will give me the list of elements, and then it will give me the href attributes. So I am running that. So it is going to initialize a new WebDriver or new Firefox driver instance. It's a new Firefox driver instance, and then it will get all the links, and then you can see there it is giving me all the href attributes, HTTPS and other things. Whatever href attributes are there, it is giving me there. So but if I want to format my output in such a way that I want to get the text, and for that text I want to get the href, then what I have to do, it is very simple. So you add, okay, I will use system.out.print method, it dot next dot get text. Okay, so for that particular text, right, print, and then I will add, I can do it in one step also, or I can do it like this. So I will add colon or an arrow, so that this text has this particular attribute. Okay, so you can get like this any number of attributes. So after that it will have it will go to the next line, right, or I will do this. Okay, I am giving a space there. So let me comment this for the time being, just to give the output. You are able to follow this, right? You guys are able to follow this? Any doubt here in this particular iteration?
No.
No doubt, right? You are able to follow the whatever I am doing. I am getting the text, I am getting the attribute of that particular element. Okay, I am getting the inner text of the element here, and I am getting the attribute of the element here. Okay, so that's what I am doing there. So let me close these windows. These two are my new instances. Let me stop this and then let us run this again. Okay, no such element exception. Some exception is coming there. About, so about should have a link. Let me see here. href, it has a link, but it's not displaying. Anyway, let us see here. You can see here images is giving me all these things. Okay, so similarly news and other things, right? So you can see here sign in, it is giving me JavaScript as the href, and yes show me is giving me this. So like that you can display for which element what is the href. If something is missing, okay, something you can see here for some href, the inner text is missing, that's why it is giving me blank there. So about exception in thread main, so this should not come. I will check that after some time. So you can see that, right? So that's how we'll be getting the attributes. If like this, if you want to get any other attribute, you can get that. So that's how we'll find many elements or multiple elements of same type using find elements. Any doubt here in find elements? Because this find elements is also very important. We'll be using this frequently. Any doubts here?
Oh.
No doubt. How about Shashi? Shashi, any doubts?
No, I think we are getting a little bit complicated in the first two examples only. So can we go for
Okay.
small examples? After that, we can go for each or switch statements like that.
Yeah, see, it is very simple. See, whenever I store some elements in the list, okay, you don't worry about this
Okay.
iterator. If you are not understanding, I will explain you after some time. Okay, so this iterator and getting the attributes, I will explain you after some time. So what do you mean by this find elements? I want to find some set of elements. Okay, in the page I want to find some set of elements. It can be in the page, or it can be anything. It can be a radio button, or it can be check boxes, or anything. Everything is a group. Okay, if I want to find some set of elements, or if I want to work on some set of elements, I will not be able to do that using find element method. I will not be able to do that using find element, because find element will find the first element using the given method, and it finds only one element. It will not find multiple elements. Okay, it will not find element will not find multiple elements. It will find only one element, and in the entire HTML page, if I'm passing name as Pradeep, if I have 10 elements with the name Pradeep, then it will show me the first element. That's all. Okay, but if I want to get the name of all the elements with the name Pradeep, then I should go for find elements. Okay, finding the multiple elements. and these find elements will return, okay, list of web elements. These find elements will return list of web elements. It returns list of web elements. So we have understood the array list, right? This list is nothing but it's an array list. You can also write that as array list. Okay, you can also write that as array list and you can import that. Instead of writing array list, list is the interface, super interface of this array list class. That's why I am writing list. Okay, so you can always write like this or you can always write like this. There is no problem in doing that. Okay, right? So we have to add the casting if it is returning an array list. That's why I am using list, because it is returning the list. Okay, list interface references it will return of web element. That's why I am using that. Otherwise you need to cast this entire thing. So find elements will return a list of web elements. You understand that word clearly. Find elements will return list of web elements. Okay, so now once I get those list in my list, how will I work on that particular list? We have to go back to our Java concept, that is array list. Okay, array list or list or set. How will I iterate through these collections? Using either for each loop or using either the iterator. Okay, now so using for each loop, for each element in the list you iterate those many number of times. If I have 10 elements, okay, this for each loop is nothing but for int I is equal to 0, I is less than 10, I plus plus. It is nothing but that for loop only. It is a simplified version. What it will do internally, it will add this particular list element into the reference variable I am creating, and then it iterates those many number of times. So for each iteration what I am doing, so this is a web element, this is a web element, right? Whatever I am getting here, right, whatever I am getting, it is returning the list of web elements, and those web elements are stored in this reference variable every time the loop iterates, and I am working on this particular web element, that is E. I am working on this particular web element. So when you have the reference of web element, or when you have the object of web element, using the dot operator I can get all the methods of that particular web element interface. So what are all the methods of web element interface here? I am going to that, I am going to this reference. Okay, you can see here clear, right click, find element, find elements, and then get attribute, get CSS value. Every method will have its own performance, or will be returning its own value based on whatever method we are calling. So I want to display the text of the link I have selected, or all the list of links I have got, right? In the sense this HTML, entire this HTML will be recorded inside that. If you want to see that, I can directly display E. I can directly display E. If I am displaying E, okay, let me show you the structure, how the E looks like. Okay, so let us run this again. I am just displaying the web element. Okay, you are understanding this, right? This is very, very important. If you don't understand, I will explain again. You can see here, this is the output, and what it is giving, tag name A. This is an element. This element they are giving. This element in an array list they are giving. Okay, this is a list. This entire thing is a list. You can see here that there is opening brace and closing brace. This is first opening brace and Firefox driver, and they are taking some reference, and then which tag? Tag A. You are understanding this? So it is returning a list like this. Once you get the list, I don't want to simply display the list or something. List is nothing but the list of all the web elements. The list of all the elements inside that page I have got. Now each and every element will have some attributes. You can see here it has a class. It has a class, right? It has some rel attribute. It has some href attribute. It can have name also. It can have something else also. Okay, ID also, everything. So now I want to here I am not doing anything. I can verify whether href is null or whether it is not null. If it is null, then I will display error. Otherwise, if it is not null, then I will be displaying that particular href. In the sense, I am just checking whether this link is there, right? Whether it has the proper address of that particular page or not. How will you go to the how will you go to this page? Using some http link, right? So I am checking whether that link is there or not. So here I am not doing anything. I am just getting the text. What is this get text will do? It will get the text between the opening and closing element. It gets the text between opening and closing element of HTML. If it is A and test, this is the text. That is the method, that is get text. Okay. Similarly, I have one more method of the particular web element. Okay, web element class has one more method, that is get attribute. What this get attribute will do? Every element will be having certain attributes like ID, right, name, class, like that. Many attributes will be there. If I want to get the values of that particular attribute, I will use get attribute. Means I will be getting whatever is there between these double quotes. Class is equal to I have this. If I want to get the attribute class, right, the value of attribute class, it will display or it will give me whatever is there inside this double quote. That's what I have displayed in my iteration. Get attribute href. So it is giving me all the link from HTTP, this much. For every element, it is giving me this much, this as the output. Whether that particular value is there or not, it will check and it will give me that output. So you're understanding this? Is it clear now, or you still have some doubts?
It is clear.
Yeah. Tell me if it is not clear. You tell me. Only thing you need to know is find elements will get list of elements, and then you have to iterate through those elements. It is nothing but our collection framework. And whenever I am iterating through those particular elements, I will try to get some values of that particular element using certain methods of web element.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I am doing. I am not doing anything else here. I am just getting the list and I am just iterating through the list, or iterating through each and every list, or you can consider array elements if this is an array. Okay, if this is an array list, right, if it has all these elements, I am just iterating through that. I am going to 0th element, and then if I want to get some text, okay, it is like about, okay, it will be having like a about a. You consider like this. If I want to get this about, to get that about, I have a method that is get text. So how will I call any method in a class? Using the object. So which object I have to use? I have to use the web element object, because this method get text is there inside the web element class. That's all I am doing here. And then after that I am going to the first element. Okay, if it is having Gmail, it will be having the same format, a Gmail and a, like this. If I want to get the text of this Gmail, I am using the same thing. Means it's a loop. If I give one time, every time it goes to that particular element, it tries to find that text between the two tags. That is get text method. So is it clear? Pradeep, Shashi? I think Pradeep has still some doubt, I feel. Where exactly you are getting stuck, you tell me. I will explain, Pradeep. Because it's.
No, actually, what I was thinking was, see, just now only, right, we started Selenium. Instead of going a bit complicated, let's start with what is it?
Simple methods.
Some practice after that. Yeah, after that we can go for a little bit complicated type of.
Sure, that's not a problem. See, these are simple methods. Whatever browser navigation I have used, these are all simple methods. Okay. And element locator, right? In that I have used ID, name and class name. These are also very simple methods. Okay, class name is one more method. I am using find element. So I am just extending that to find elements. That's all. I am not doing anything else. This is the basic only. Okay. Only thing is the code is looking little bit bigger. The code is looking little bit bigger. In the sense I am explaining for each loop as well as I am explaining the iterator. Okay. Yeah. So if you don't understand this part, I have two more examples where I will be getting the check boxes and radio buttons. We will do the same operation, then you will understand. Okay. And I want you to go back and analyze the collection framework, what we have understood in collection framework. If you understand that, this is easy. See, till here you don't have any issue. Till here you don't have any issue. That's all, right?
Yeah, I don't have any issue.
Yeah, no. What I am saying is, till this line of code, you have understood.
No, I don't. Yeah.
No, don't hesitate, Pradeep. Okay, don't hesitate.
For each also I understood, but the thing is, as we are new, we cannot. As a layman, I cannot think like I need to use this collection or something like that, right?
Yes,
that is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, for that we can take up some more exercises, and then you will get an idea what is this find elements. Okay. For the time being,
that is what I was thinking.
Okay. For the time being, you just understand find elements. When we
I understood.
Yeah. Got it. I got your intention. Okay. So this is one example for find element, and once we are getting familiar with other topics, then we will come back to find elements and then we will see. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes. So let me take up one more example. So let us go to facebook.com. Okay. So we will do an exercise here. We will do an exercise as per your request. We'll do an exercise. I want to enter some values inside this field. Okay. Yeah, let us have this as an interactive one. Shashi, you can also unmute. Okay. So I will write the code. You just explain me what all things I have to write, and I will write as per your explanation, so that we will get a clear idea of whether we have understood the concepts or not. Is it okay, Pradeep?
Yeah. If you want, I can explain.
Yeah. No. Okay. Let me create the first demo, one class, and I will add the main method, right? So this is my basic class. Now the requirement is, you understand, I want to come to this page, okay? I want to come to this page and I want to enter some values inside these fields. So whatever we have learned, like ID is one locator, name is another locator, okay? And then the link text is one locator, partial link text is another locator. Yesterday we have seen that much, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let us practice that once again. Let us practice that once again. So what is the first step we have to do? Or if you need the control for the keyboard, I will give the control. You can type yourself so that we will understand. Okay.
Not a problem. I will explain. The driver is equal to.
Okay. Web driver is equal
to new Firefox driver.
New Firefox driver. Okay. So this is the correct syntax, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
but
I need to import them. Okay.
Yeah.
For that I have given a shortcut. If you have more than one package to be imported, just now today I have told Control Shift and O. It will import everything. Okay. Okay. So what is the next thing? Before WebDriver, I have one more thing, right? I have to, since I am using Selenium 3.0, I have to practice. In the sense, I have to set the system properties. Correct?
Yeah.
So what is the syntax for that?
System dot set property.
System dot set property. Okay.
Set property.
Okay. So what is the first value?
WebDriver dot not GK something.
Gecko, right? Dot driver. Okay.
And we need to give the path.
Okay, I will just copy the path from my previous this one. How will you give the path in Windows? It will be double backward slash.
Yes.
Okay, and every command will end with a semicolon. That's a Java concept. Okay, right. So this much we have done. What is the next step?
Driver dot get.
Driver dot get. Okay.
HTTPS.
Okay, you can give HTTP also or HTTPS, no problem. Okay, facebook.com. Right. So what is the next step?
Driver dot find element by
dot okay
ID.
No, before this you need to verify whether ID is present or not. Okay, whether ID is present for this particular field or not. So how will you verify? I have told you there is a tool called Firebug, or there is a plugin called Firebug. Have you installed this Firebug in your browser?
Yes.
You have installed, right? So I will right click on that particular element and inspect element with Firebug. Okay. Okay. So shall I click on this? Okay. So you have to first check what all different attributes are there for that element. What is an element? It is a HTML element with tag, whether it's an input or some other tag. Okay. Yeah. So this is ID. So this is the ID. Correct? U_0_1. Right? So you want me to use this inside that? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So ID. So what this find element will return?
It will find the element and whatever field it contain, like uh, whatever the attribute contain, it will do that activity. Like button means it will click like that.
Okay. So the thing is, this find element is a method of web element. Okay. So you can see here inside the web driver. Inside the web driver, I have find element. This find element will return the first occurrence of the web element. Whatever I am through by I am passing the values, right? Based on that, it will identify. By ID means in the HTML, it will search for that particular element with the ID is equal to whatever I have specified here, and it returns that web element, right? If I go to if I go to find element, you can see here it returns the first matching element on the current page. If you see the return type, that is, I'm sorry, if you see the return type, that is web element, correct? They are giving the syntax like that only here. So it is returning a web element. So if any method is returning a web element, our normal Java concept, if any method is returning something, I have to store that in that particular data type, correct?
Yes.
If for example find element is returning some integer value, then I will be storing that inside int I or some value, correct?
Yeah.
So similarly, if this find element is returning the object of web element, or it will be usually returning the reference of the web element. That's why it is giving web element here. They are giving the web element. So they are returning the object reference of the web element. That's why I have to store that in web element. Is it correct? Web element. Am I correct here? You are understanding this? It is similar to our normal Java methods. Find element is also one method which is returning a data type of web element, or a variable or a value of web element. So if any method is returning a value of some data type, okay, if it is returning integer, then I will be storing that in integer. If it is returning string, I will be storing that in a string. And if it is returning any class reference, it can also return class reference, right? That we have already discussed. Any method can return the reference. You return this, it will be returning the object, correct? So if it is returning the class reference, then I should store that in a reference variable. So this is also a variable. If I divide this, so this is E is a variable of type web element. It is similar to int I. I is a variable of type integer. Similarly, E is a variable of type web element. You are understanding this? Pradeep, any confusion here?
No.
No confusion. Okay. So now I have the object of web element. Now I should go to web element page and check what all methods are there in that particular web element class, correct? This is a class. Even though if it is an interface, these methods are implemented at some place. These methods are implemented at some place, correct?
Yes.
So I have these methods. So if I want to perform some operation on those web elements, then what I will do? I will use the object dot the methods. Okay. If I want to send keys, if I want to enter some value inside this, what I will do? I will write send keys. Correct.
Yes.
So that is E dot send keys. E dot send keys. I will enter test. Okay. Some string I am entering. Okay. Now what I want you to do is, okay, so I'm entering a string here, correct? You can see here this is the input tag. this input tag does not have any inner text. It does not have any inner text, but it has many attributes. Correct? It has many attributes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So how will I get the values of these attributes? For example, name is first name. Okay. How will I get the values of these attributes? For that, I have one more method, that is get attribute. Where is that? Get attribute. What is this get attribute method will do? It will give me the value of these particular attributes. So shall I take this name, get attribute name, and it should display me the first name, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will be using the same web element, e dot get attribute, and what is the attribute is, it is name, right? So shall I run this?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me run this. So it is opening up and it is going to Facebook page, and you can see here it is entering the test, and it has given me, it should give me the attribute name. Okay, it is not doing that here. Let me see. Okay, just 1 minute. Let me see that. E dot get attribute name. So where is the name? Name. It should give me the first name. Okay, let me take.
I think we have a lot of name, right?
Okay, no.
Not only.
No. It is not displaying that because I am not displaying that here.
Okay.
In our output, I should display that, right? So what this get attribute will return? You have to go to this get attribute method. So it returns me a string. Okay. So that string, either I have to capture that inside any other variable, string variable, or I can directly display like this. Right. So let me run this again. It is entering test, and if I go to my console, it is displaying me first name. Correct?
Okay.
Okay. Now I will ask you, in the same page, I want you to, find this particular text. Okay. Find this particular text, this particular link using the partial link text. You are getting my point. I have a method find element by partial link text. There is one method.
Yeah.
Okay. So let us find this particular element using partial link text as the find element method, and then I have to get an attribute and I have to get the value. If I copy this, right, let me copy this, right? You can see here it has ID. This is a tag, anchor tag. It has ID and all these things, and once this closes, this opening and closing closes, right? So this is the inner text of any web element. You understand this? Between opening and closing element tag, if I have any text, that is inner text. Okay. In the opening tag, if I have some attributes, they are called attributes, and I will be getting the value of that attribute using this method, get attribute method. Now the what I want you to tell me or give me the syntax is, I want to find this element using the partial link text, okay, and I want to get the inner text of this. How will I get the inner text of this? Can you explain me the syntax now?
System dot println.
No,
E
because
dot.
no. First of all, we have to identify the element. This web element is for this particular first
Okay.
event. This one. First, we have every time if the element is new, then we have to identify that element. If in a page
Okay.
I have different element, then I have to identify that element with specific some attribute, right? That is correct, right? So I have initially identified what I have identified. I have identified the first name text box. Now I want to identify the link text. So how will I identify? Driver dot find element
Dot find element
by dot.
by dot link
Okay, either I will give link
link
text.
text.
Because this link is very big, I can use partial link text.
Okay, by dot partial link.
Partial link text. Okay. So these are all methods. Anything is between the brackets, it is a method, correct, which is accepting some argument.
Yeah.
You should understand those syntax also, Java syntax. Now what I will do, I will give the partial link text as date of birth. Only this much I will give. I will give date of birth.
Okay.
Right? So once I get this, where will I store that? I will be storing that in web element E1. Let us take that as E1. Because even this method will return the same this one, right? It will return web element only. That's why I am storing that in E1. Now let us perform the same activity to get the attribute. What is the attribute I want to get? I want to get the ID attribute. For getting my point, I want to get the ID attribute. So how will I get the ID attribute? E1
E1
dot
dot get attribute.
get attribute, and then what is the attribute name is ID. Okay.
ID.
So I am displaying that here. This is understandable, right? This is clear. Okay. Now
Yeah.
one more thing is, I have explained you about inner text. What is the inner text here? This is the inner text, the entire thing. Correct? For
Yes.
this particular element, let me delete that. For this particular element, what is the inner text? This is the inner text. So the inner text will be displayed here always. Inner text will be displayed in case of link. Okay. So this is the inner text. So I want to display that inner text now. So how will I do that?
System dot out dot println E dot
Okay. No.
E1 dot
E1 dot. Okay. There is a method get text.
Okay.
Okay. This get text will give me the value of inner text, that is a string. Okay, let me go to that method and show you what it is. You can see here, get the visible inner text of this element. Whatever element I am selecting here, E1 dot get text gets the visible inner text of the element including sub elements without any leading or trailing white spaces. So it will trim the white spaces. Okay, and you don't go to sub elements and other things. It will give me the text in between what these elements. If what is the sub element? If A has some span and then that has a test. Okay, so this the embedded element, it will give me this text also, as well as this will give me this text if it exists. Okay. So this get text will return a string. If you hover on that, it will show me a string. Okay. So this is the return type. Since this is returning a string, what is that string? That is the text between the web element. the text, inner text between the opening and closing of the web element. You are getting my point here? Okay.
Yeah.
So let me run this and let us see whether it will give me. Okay, it is not saved. I am saving it. You can see here, what is the attribute? Birthday help, that is the attribute for ID, correct?
Yeah.
For ID birthday help, that is displaying here, and then get text is displaying me the entire text that is in between this one. So you have understood this simple one with one element?
Yes, yes.
You have understood. Now just to go one step further, find element is returning one element and I am storing that in a object of one element, correct?
Yes.
If this element is returning the list of elements, then I will be storing that inside a list of web elements. If this find element will never return list of elements. So for that I have one more method, find elements. If find elements is returning the list of elements, then I will be storing that inside a list of web elements. This is the syntax. And I have to iterate through that element, and I have to iterate through this element, and I should get these values. That's all I did in the previous example. Okay, but if you are having still confusion with web elements, don't worry, we will come to that at the later stage.
Okay.
Okay, so any doubts now? Now you tell me any doubts here.
No.
So it is clear, right, here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So this is how we will work on the web elements in a page. Means if you want to work on each and every element, I have to write driver.find element each and every time.
Yes.
And you should perform that operation. Okay. So tomorrow what we will do, we will try to enter all the fields. We'll try to enter all the fields along with these drop downs, as well as we'll try to select these radio buttons in this particular page.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense, and we'll try to click on this create an account button. So everything we will do tomorrow, so that you will understand.
Okay.
And then we will think of finding elements and other things. Tomorrow we will try to automate this registration page, so that you will get a clear picture how exactly one page will be tested.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good. If I am covering the concept which you are not understanding, you can always ask me. I will try to cover that.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, so that's all for the day. Just what we have covered, get all links I was covering. Anyway, if I will share this with you, just go through that. If you understand, that's fine. Otherwise we will try to explain tomorrow again, or whenever this occurrence comes, we'll try to understand that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, but I want you to go through the collection framework videos and then practice them, and I want you to go through the element locators, ID and other things, so that at least you will be able to follow that. Okay.
Okay.
I want you to practice
And
on.
one small doubt.
Okay.
Uh, till yesterday, my Firefox is working.
Okay.
Uh, I have executed 1 hour before. It is showing unable to connect 127 with this error.
Uh, in the sense, when you try to execute the program, that's what you are saying.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay. It is
This is
giving.
the error I am getting.
Where is the error? Firefox not connected exception. Okay. Have you removed the libraries, or you have deleted the libraries?
No, I didn't do anything.
I didn't do anything, right? Okay. Let me see this.
Because I was using old driver
Old.
till yesterday. I was using 2. Mm,
The Firefox version.
uh,
Firefox version you are telling, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So for old
Now,
Firefox, for old Firefox driver, it is not mandatory to write system not set property, right?
no, it is not like that. Even though if the browser is old, or a browser is new, if you are importing one minute, let me see here. If you are importing 3.0 libraries, it is mandatory to write system.set.
It is 2 libraries only.
Okay,
I
sometimes
have imported.
I got it. What happens for some versions? Okay, they will be specifying some
Okay,
Firefox version. After that, it will not support. Even for whatever libraries we are importing. Okay, if it
okay,
is 2.5.3 or something, they will specify till some version of Firefox it will support, and after that it will not support. So that's why you might be getting the error. You download 3.0, because nowadays everybody is downloading 3.0. Since they are upgrading their libraries, you can always download and set the property and try to execute. If it is still giving the error,
okay,
we will see that. Okay.
okay.
Okay. Right. And please practice. If you don't practice, you will always be in middle of something. Okay. I want you to practice the things. Please make some time and practice. Otherwise, concepts will become complicated over the period.
Sure, we'll do that.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Pradeep. That's all for the day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will ping you my code also if I
Sure.
am facing the same after downloading 3.0.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Pradeep. Bye. Shashi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Shashi. I think he did not follow that, find element step. So I had to, go back and explain him the basic steps. Okay.
No problem.
No problem,
And
right?
I
Yeah.
just one thing.
Yeah.
In array list, when you try to print the size, does it in general just prints the number, right? 15 or 16, whatever.
Yes, it prints the number.
Okay, did it? I went away for some time. I don't know what happened.
No,
It will just print the size, right?
yeah, let us run this. You can see here the size. It is returning an integer. Okay, returns the
I just
number
want to
of,
know if it's an integer or not.
yeah, number of elements in the list. Okay. And you can
Okay.
use either for each loop, or you can use for loop with this size in the
Yeah.
condition.
Okay.
I is equal to 0, I is less than list1.size.
Okay.
Okay, and in between, if you are just going, you might be logged in, but if you are going away for some 2-3 minutes or 5 minutes, just go to chart, and you can select only, instead of everyone, you can select only my name, and just ping me. I'm going away for 5 minutes, because I was checking with Pradeep also whether you have understood, and I was asking about you also. So I should not be like wondering any technical issue or something. Okay.